أولئك يعرضون على ربهم ويقول الأشهاد هؤلاء الذين كذبوا على ربهم. The witnesses will speak against you. You know who are the witnesses? Who are the witnesses? You. حتى إذا ما جاءوها شهد عليهم سمعهم وأبصارهم وجلودهم وقالوا لجلودهم لم شهدتم علينا قالوا أنطقنا الله. My skin, my hearing, my tongue, why did you speak against me? Allah made us speak. Don't lie with Allah, to Allah. Don't. Be truthful with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Benefit number 13. A believer, always smart. المؤمن كيس فطن. هذا الحديث لا يصح. But the statement is good. The hadith is not authentic, but the statement is good. Yani, because a lot of people, they think that the people who are into the religion are what? Darawish. Call them darawish. Yani, you could cheat them, you could, yes, كنت يا راجل ده درويش اضحك عليه كله. And sometimes, by the way, you act like you're, you know. Subhanallah, I read a beautiful hadith في Sunan Ibn Majah. Just to let you know, النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أتدرون من أصحاب الجنة؟ من أهل الجنة؟ يعني معنى الحديث عهدي به طويل. Do you know who are the dwellers of Jannah? Who مثلا؟ said كل مخموم القلب. يعني بمعنى كده بالبلدي كده ايه الإنسان العبيط. That you come and try to plot and he's not paying attention. لأنه he's always thinking what? Good. Thinking good of you. And there is a story I would love to tell, but I can't tell it in Arabic, so I'm not sure if it's gonna, I could bring it to you in English, but I'll try. How long we still have, Ahmed? There was this king who used to have somebody who's so near to him, a good person. And he used to be one of his council. A regular person, but very kind, very nice. The king loved him. And every time this man would arrive at the place where the king sits, he would make that statement. Just come here, come here. He always makes that statement before he sits down. كفى المحسن إحسانه وكفى المسيء إساءته. The good person, his goodness will save him one day. And the bad person, his evil will destroy him one day. And then he sits down. That's his habit. As soon as he arrives at the place where the king is, he makes that statement. كفى المحسن إحسانه وكفى المسيء إساءته. And he sits down. It's like a traditional. He's used to that. The king doesn't know why is he saying that? What is this is about? But he always makes that statement. Now the minister of the king envied this man for his closeness with the king. Envy. Why is he so close to the king? Why? I don't like that. I should be closer to the king than him. Let me do something about it. He went to the king and he said to him, listen, this man that you're giving him all this honoring and dignifying him and having him sit with you all the time, he's circulating a rumor about you that you are abkhar. You know who is abkhar? the person he has a problem with his gum, that his smells always bad, even if he cleans. Some people, subhanAllah, Allah tested them with this. That regardless, the smell of their mouth is always because of يعني مرض في اللثة. They say that's because of a disease in the gum. Really? He's saying this about me? And here I am treating him well? And then the king asked him, how do I know that you're not lying? He said, if he comes near you, he will place his hand on his mouth, like this. Okay. The minister went to that good man and he told him, I'm inviting you to my house today. And he cooked a lot of garlic, a lot of onions for him. The whole meal was garlic and onions. So he ate. And he said, by the way, the king was talking about you. Maybe he needs to talk to you. You need to go to him right now. He arrived at the king's place. كفى المحسن إحسانه وكفى المسيء إساءته. The goodness of the good person will save him, and the evil of the evil person will destroy him. The king said to him, come here, اقترب, أدنو, come closer to me, come closer to me. Of course, he does not want the king to smell what? He did like this. فقال والله ما رأيت إلا أن صدق الوزير. By Allah, I think the minister was right about you. ثم كتب كتابا. He wrote a letter. Here is the thing, that this king, he would always, any time that he writes a letter with a grant. That's his habit. He never writes a letter to harm somebody. Like if he writes a letter, normally good letter, that means this person is going to receive something good. But this time, for the first time in his history, he writes a letter to his interior minister. The carrier of this letter, I want you to slay him, then islakhu, take away his skin, remove his skin, وَحْشُوا بَطْنَهُ تِبْنًا, and fill his belly with straws and bring him back to me. And he said, my good counsel, take that letter and go to the Minister of Interior. Of course, he doesn't know what's going on. So he's walking out. Who is waiting by the door? The minister. He saw the letter in his hand. Said, man, I wanted to harm him, and here he is giving him a letter to go get a grant. He said to him, where are you going? He said, well, I'm going to that person with that letter. I said, don't worry. You go home. I'll take care of that letter for you. I will deliver it for you. Don't worry about it. He said, well, but the king gave it to me. He said, no, don't worry about it. You're tired. Go home. And, I'll take care of it. He takes the letter to the man, opens him. The carrier of this letter, slay him, make him skinless, fill his belly with straws, and bring him back to me. فَقَرَأَ عَلَيْهِ الْكِتَابِ. He read the letter to him. He said, Yallah, let's execute. Welcome. That's not me. This was a mistake. I'm not supposed to be here. It's not me, please. I said, well, these are the king commands. Execute, grab him, done. The following day, this man arrives at the king's place. The king is looking. And then before he sits, he says, كَفَى الْمُحْسِنَ إِحْسَانُهُ وَكَفَى الْمُسِيءَ إِسَاءَتُهُ. The good person will be saved by his goodness, and the evil one will be destroyed by his evil. I just look at him and I said, what are you doing here? He said, I don't know. What do you mean? I said, and bring me that body. Bring me that body of the person that the interior minister brought back to me. And it is the body of the minister. Said, what happened? And he told him about that I wrote a letter. And after you came and you placed your hand on your mouth, he said, you see, dear king, كَفَى الْمُحْسِنَ إِحْسَانُ. The reason I placed my hand on my mouth is because of the minister. He made me eat garlic and onions. And here it is. So the king tells him, Ijlis, sit down, by Allah, كَفَى الْمُحْسِنَ إِحْسَانُهُ وَكَفَى الْمُسِيءَ إِسَاءَتُهُ. صاحب الجنة, أصحاب الجنة, the people of paradise are that type. هذا هو الحديث، حديث في سنن ابن ماجه. الإنسان المخموم القلب، اللي هو إيه بنسميه إحنا العبيط، يقول لك ده عبيط. هو مش عبيط ولا حاجة، هو إيه الراجل إيه؟ He thinks positive. He's just positive. People are blooding around him, trying to get him in trouble, and he's just like this man. He doesn't just. فهكذا. سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام, he discovered that these guys are lying. بل سولت لكم أنفسكم أمرا فصبر جميل. But again, here it is. Look, why didn't Sayyidina Yaqub alayhi salam speak to them in a very aggressive way? You took my son away, and you slayed him, and you did, and you did, and you did. Why? Because of the dream. He knew that Yusuf's still alive.